ensem ena ya boaboa no a ye de bre etifo said ye da ye mama ensem no yenko ensem no emu
General Dr. Justice Srem Sai Ebsianfo Sabre drop a revelation, yes, talking about the case of Chairman Wontumi, talking about the personal life, talking about the life as Attorney General, that is Najuma Oye, as a lawyer, and the Kika. So for Sabre, Wakasa Kakra, I'll drop a certain confessions. Now I know now what I said, Osha, the Najuma Oye as Deputy Attorney General. I said, yes, Aban and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and as Attorney General Deputy. Now, Osha recently the case of Wontumi rising here at the end of the day, Koba and Combra Yinano, Chairman Wontumi, court no a convict a sentence to 20 years now. Or say after that conviction and sentence, no, or say attacks are ban so near the no, or say enyasem kitwa. Na wachire nsem wachire say this see a new mercy airport for vacancy not just for a year Chairman Wontumi enko say Chairman Wontumi case or say o share said after so was assuming the position as a Deputy Attorney General said the Newman AC Airqua or say or confess it Newman Kui. But in the case of Wontumi and Casano, she said, and also no another tenor. She said, a teaching the pa. Nano, and or she said, oh, right after such a man Wontumi, called to no convict sentence saying that she said, attacks are who do a air bar near, she said, threat a who do any identity or Sibibre. Na Nini Nemu or say, or no day, a Najuma. Na oye enti Najuma na oye dia such things it shouldn't be it should be a worry, but it shouldn't be a worry because Najuma na oye. But then looking at said the Newmercy Aircon, he needs to make Ghanaians understand said yes see no Newmercy Aircon na Ghana for so say na Newmercy tie because we say after Wontumi case now he said the Newmercy go back. Or say we no be share na say we no be for her say we no be see say LPP we just say for vacancy pa. Now the question we ask ourselves they say what at all is going on, what at all is happening. Now you better the realm for us to get much info about in someone or coming. Now you be say after Wontumi the sentence no saying and you may see the man. What are the attacks really? Ni na nyempe munchirimu na you hear the university.
Another day for what we call case management conference, which is usually another 1 week. So even with this Edubayan case, if the court is allowed to proceed as it's supposed to, there will be only 1 day in the legal vacation that there will be any court proceedings. The rest will just be filing, ruling, counter filing up to like November. So if counsel is telling me that he has booked so many things and that he's so busy that he can't do 1 more day, and yet is filing other cases in other courts, it tells you what is at play here. And it's not it is not a question of legal vacation or it is a defense strategy. Whether for good or bad, that I leave that to the listeners.
But basically you say defense strategy to delay the case.
That is my candid opinion on this. Because I don't see why 1 day of cross-examination should be dragging us into this, especially when you are in other courts working and filing processes.
And Thursday, the Supreme Court will decide this and put some finality to the matter. Let's deal with some other oral cases. And before we come to specific oral cases, Wontumi, you succeeded in securing a conviction. He's behind bars now. He has filed an appeal, but he's also filed a process to get him out pending the hearing of the determination of the appeal. You filed to object.
Yeah.
Very strongly. Why? I mean, he's already been convicted.
You know, opposing such application is actually in the interest of the accused person. Accused persons of everyone likes liberty. But think of a situation where you have been sentenced, you have served, let's say, a month, and then you are granted bail pending appeal. So you come and spend maybe 3 months or 6 months outside, and then the appeal fails. You go back to serve your sentence. You get the point. That is a psychological, there's literature on this part of it. So judges, unless there are exceptional circumstances, so for example, case of severe illness or some health issue or some very important matter, so we call it exceptional or special circumstances, then the court will grant you, but they will not grant you bail pending appeal merely because you disagree with the decision. If you look at the affidavit they filed, all they are saying is that they disagree with the decision and they stated grounds on which they disagree. That does not occasion any special circumstances that will allow you to what? Come out pending the appeal. And so when it was pretty easy for us, because there were situations where if you take, I think Ato Asian, he is on bail pending, I think it was put on bail pending appeal because there were severe health issues that were apparent on the face of the affidavit. This one has no such thing. It simply says, grant me bail to be out there because I won't run away. So let me be out so that you decide the appeal. It's pretty easy for the prosecution. So when we sought advice from our attorneys, they said, no, there's no sufficient, there's no special circumstance to warrant an accused person to be brought out. And then later when the appeal fails, you take him back in to start the sentence. So
an appeal can take quite a while to resolve. So you're expecting that he's going to be behind bars until that is determined on appeal.
Yeah, so the thing about appeal is that it is the appellant's job to fast track appeal. So appeals work in 2 ways. If I am the appellant in this case and I'm the accused person's lawyer or the convict's lawyer, I will do everything to fast track the appeal because these are the timelines. Once you file your appeal, the first thing you do is to compile records of appeal from the lower courts, and then you forward it to the appellate court. That is entirely in your hands. If you want to wait for 2 months to compile it, because the registries, they don't go on vacation, so they can compile it anytime for you to. So depending on how you fast track that, your appeal will end up in the court of appeal sooner than anybody will think. And then when is there are timelines. Once there's something called Form 6, or that is a civil case, but in criminal there's no such, it's a different process. But you go to the court summons you come there, and then they give you timelines, and usually it's just 21 days for you, the appellant, to file your address. You can file it on day 1 instead of waiting for the 21 days. You can file it on day 1 and serve it on your other party. The respondent has 21 days from the day of service. So if you want it fast, you can file it on day 1.
Have you been served that?
No. The record is not even in the court of appeal.
Okay.
As far as we know, nobody has, the record is not before the court of appeal. So another side of the case is that if you secure, it's like a client who secures an injunction and then goes to sleep. So you are building on my land or on a land that is in dispute, and I go for an injunction against you. I know deep down that I don't have title, but I just want to frustrate you. Once I get an injunction, I go to sleep, and then the injunction is working against you while I sit down and cross my legs. So it's possible that you can get bail pending appeal, and you will refuse to move forward appeal, and the record will stay in the high courts. He's on bail, and then it delays the process. So appeals could actually be fast tracked depending on the counsel's interest.
So you're saying you're waiting for Wontumi to fast track his own process as far as the hearing of the appeal matter is concerned?
No, that is
entirely in his hands. And you haven't been served yet with the.
No, it's only when we accept that we take a step. So we will sit down and wait for them to. If they do it today, the court will even give us a period within which to respond, and we cannot even drag it, because if you don't respond, the effect is that the court will decide the case without your response.
I mean, out of the court, and this is just, by the way, he's also been rendering apologies. I mean, to the president, and appealing to the president to intervene, and that if he's wronged him in the past, he's sorry. His aides have been saying it. Does that count for anything?
I think there is a certain culture which I find disturbing. People still behave or don't believe that the judiciary is not under the control of the executive. That is what informs such, things as apology. So you have been charged with specific offenses. The judiciary has heard you, they've convicted you. You have maintained throughout the trial that you are innocent. You have even filed an appeal. Now, I'm not saying don't apologize to people that you believe you have wronged. But if the apology is engineered to secure an overturning of a court's decision, then what you are doing or suggesting is that the president has power to actually cause the courts to decide one way or the other.
Or pardon him, maybe.
Fine, pardon, but I don't think pardon has a process. People don't see the process for pardon. Pardon, after you send the petition to the president refers the petition to the Attorney General's department. We look at it, we refer to the prison service, they also look at it, and they all write reports. So often you hear that the president has